Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jace, and thank you for checking out my video. And this is my official review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, Season 4, Episode 1. All right, y'all. This is going to be a long review, so let me just preface anything I say by that. Um, it was so much bullshit that happened in this episode. So many bitches pissed me off. So many fucking characters that we had to deal with to where I had to watch this shit again just to get my notes together because I couldn't even remember everything that happened because it was so much shit that happened throughout this episode. So first, I just want to say, like, I don't understand what Mona and them are trying to do as far as introducing us to, well, not really introducing, but having us have to deal with 30 different characters throughout an entire season. She did that shit with Love and Hip Hop. And, halfway through the season, you be forgetting storylines and shit and be forgetting people are even on the show. And then they all pop up at the reunion and you got to try to remember, like, what the fucking details was of your story because that shit was so minuscule we don't even fucking remember. So, already I'm hoping that this isn't going to happen with this show because in the first episode had so much drama. I don't want it to, fizzle on down like Love and Hip Hop did. Or Love and Hip Hop Atlanta did. So let me just get started with this shit. I got some notes, so y'all have to excuse me on that. Okay, this show opens up. Keisha Cole. Keisha Cole, why the fuck are you even on this show? I mean, I know you're not like some A-list R&B star, top star, but I think you do at least have a fan base to where you don't really need this shit. But I guess she's trying to do like Remy Ma and kind of use this as a platform to kind of revitalize her career. The song she was performing, that shit came and went. I remember seeing like a clip of it or something, with Remy Ma, but that shit's gone. I forgot that song even existed. But anyway, yeah, she's performing, still singing off key as fuck. Let me just say this, y'all. I did like a few songs of Keisha's on her very first album, Love and I Should Have Cheated, and even the song she had with Missy and Kim. Like that shit was hot. That was hot for the club. But Keisha to me has never been a songstress. Like her voice, it sounds like she's yelling and trying to belt out notes, and that sound just doesn't work for me anymore. When she first came out, it was cool, it was different. I was younger. Now I have a different ear. That shit don't sound good to me no more. So I'm not really a fan of her music. So I just want to let y'all know that. So Keisha gets home, and after this concert, and I guess the after party she went to, and she introduces us to her situation with her husband that she's been separated from for 2 years, named Booby. First of all, I don't even like calling another grown-ass man Booby. That shit just sounds ridiculous to me. But she gets home, he's sitting on the couch and shit, and she, say they've been separated for 2 years. However, Booby has been living in this house with her for the last year because he's a former NBA player. We all know that. He's a former NBA player. He doesn't play anymore because I think he was trying to pursue like a rap career or some shit. But he's been going through it for the last, year or so, the last couple years. So she's allowed him to stay in the house with her in order to co-parent with their son. That's bullshit to me. That shit never fucking works for anybody. Hell, look at Juan and Robin from The Real Housewives of Potomac. Shit's not gonna work. Anyway, so then he's like, I got you. I appreciate you. I got your back. I put the baby to bed. Go ahead and get some rest. I know you've been performing and you had a show and shit. So go ahead, go upstairs and, get rested up. So she starts walking up the stairs. It looks like a fucking music video, how dramatic it is. She's walking up the stairs, the little dog's following behind her. She goes in her room, and I'm just wondering, I'm like, damn, are they sleeping in the same room? I'm thinking this, and probably you guys were too. But they had to let it be known that they're not sharing a room, so she's on one side, he's on the opposite side, so they each go in their rooms and close the doors. That was their way of letting us know they're not allegedly fucking around. Then we get to this bitch, big nose bitch, Hazel. Let me say this. I don't usually talk about people's natural physical features. If it's unnatural, like you got some, like Nicki Minaj, it's safe to come for her physical features because they're not fucking real. Hazel, I usually don't talk about people's noses and shit like that, but bitch, you got this. When you have this attitude like you were that bitch, you open the door for anybody to come for you in any type of way. This bitch is laying on top of somebody's boat that she didn't went out, some dock somewhere. She's laying on top of somebody's boat, not yours. She has some little boy that she's dating named Ruby Red or Ruby Rose or whatever the fuck his name was. He looked like he was about 25 or some shit like that. And this is supposed to be her new boyfriend who's 10 years younger than her. Now, we all know Hazel was an old ass bitch. The bitch is probably about 40. Actually, no, I looked at the bitch is 37. Bitch, you're almost 40. Why are you messing with this young ass boy? But she said, her words were, he showers her with affection and attention. And I'm like, okay, that's cute or whatever, but bitch, you didn't mention that he's taking care of your ass because, as you stated, he's an up-and-coming rapper in L.A. So, bitch, he ain't got no money. And it's sitting there, and y'all both are sitting there looking like frauds on this boat, and, you know, he's supposed to be catering to your every need and all that bullshit. Bullshit, both of y'all. So this bitch is sitting there talking about she wants to have some type of women empowerment event. Women's empowerment. And I guess that's like a new trend or whatever on these reality shows, as Shawnee just had one, you know, whatever. So the whole time she's like, oh yeah, I'm trying to get these pictures together. But the whole time she's talking about Tierra and inviting, how she's not cool with Tierra. She wants to invite Masika, who we all know she's not cool with, and she wants to invite Moniece, which, you know, you really ain't cool with her either, because her and Masika are like besties or whatever. So you're talking about having a women's empowerment event, yet you're trying to let some bitches have it that you don't give a fuck about, and you're inviting drama to your women's empowerment event. What type of fucking sense does that make? Hazel, you stupid ass bitch. What kind of sense does that make? So I was like, hurry up in this goddamn scene. This motherfucking Ruby Rose takes a can of whipped cream, sprays it over this nasty bitch's toes, and starts licking the whipped cream off. I said, cut this scene. I'm done with this shit already. Y'all have both worn me the fuck out. Next scene, we go to Moniece. The scene opens up with Moniece and her new AD girlfriend locking lips like none other at a pool, like a day party, pool party. And she's talking about, oh yeah, people were surprised that I've taken a dip in the lady pond. Bitch, who's surprised? Bitch, you have fucked every man from LA to New York, from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood to Love and Hip Hop New York. You probably been down in Atlanta too to hit one of them up. Bitch, nobody's surprised that you're sleeping with a woman. Whores usually do that. Bitches that have been ran through usually do that. Don't get me wrong. I do like Moniece's shady ass personality, but that just kind of raw. I'm like, bitch, we all know you a hoe. Like, nobody's surprised, bitch. But the chick AD, she's kind of giving like a Justin Bieber kind of vibe or whatever. And she seems really chill and low key, which actually looks like it's complimenting Moniece's personality, because, you know, Moniece is always on 10 and turned the fuck up and appearing as a psychotic bitch. So in that whole scene, that whole interaction, they just seem like she's really balancing Moniece out. So that's cool. I'm happy for y'all. Moniece even mentioned that her son loves AD, like they have a really good relationship. And also, Fizz approves of the relationship, and, you know, they all seem happy and cool now. Kudos to you. I love it. Okay, let me tell y'all. Masika has always been one of my favorite characters on the show. I think she is the prettiest chick off of the show. I love her shade. I love her cattiness, her quick comebacks. The bitch is shady as fuck, and I fucking live for it. However, she walks in, and this bitch got her titties done. They're so fucking big. They're like hanging off the side in her confessional. Like, they're just there, and they're so big and wide. And it makes her look like a big... I'm like, damn. Like, Masika, what the fuck is that about? So she's walking up or whatever. Some dude on the side like checking her the fuck out. I'm like, damn, sit your thirsty ass down too. So anyway, she walks up to Moniece and AD at this party. You know, have a seat and they're just talking and shit. And I don't know if AD really knows Masika, but it looked like they just kind of met and they're just kind of familiar with each other, but like they don't really know each other. In walks this motherfucker. Y'all, I can already tell I'm not gonna like this character. He's already over the top, doing the absolute fucking most for the cameras. His name is Zell Swag. He's an alleged celebrity stylist in LA. This whole celebrity stylist shit. I mean, I did see him at the beginning dressing Keisha Cole, so I guess she's a celebrity. But like other people, like all this celebrity shit, like you dressed up some bitch from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta or some C-list bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? You did their makeup. Now you're a celebrity makeup artist. Or that's bullshit. You are nobody's fucking celebrity stylist. You're nobody's celebrity makeup artist. I'm tired of people in that bullshit. That shit is done, especially in Atlanta. So he walks up with this pink shit on, this jacket hanging off his shoulder, chest out, walking about, yeah, I only fuck with bitches that fuck with me, and just over the fucking top. Typical gay ass, messy ass, catty ass queen. That's exactly what I got from his entrance. And I'm a really good judge of character, so we're going to see how this bitch does throughout the season. But already I was like, okay, I can already tell I'm not going to feel this bitch. So he sits down and, you know, talking about, yeah, I heard you done dipped in the lady pond and all this shit. And yeah, if it's some hot dogs around, I'll start munching them. And why do they, every show, it seems like they have to find the most typical, stereotypical gay to be on these shows. They tried that shit with Milan and Miles. They're both fucking queens. We all know that shit. But they continuously put these gay people and transgender in these shows, and it's just a bad representation of the LGBTQ community. And I'm just like, he's a hot fucking mess. It looks like he's going to bring mess, but I guess, hey, that's Mona. This is her show. This is what they want. This is what they do. So, anyway, they're sitting there gossiping and talking shit. Masika pulls up some spam message, spam email that she got from fucking Nasally. An invitation, the actual invitation to the women's empowerment event. And also Monisa received the same thing. She's like, oh, are you talking about this message? When I tell you Zell started reading that bitch, talk about, oh, Dr. Duck. He said, yeah, I know that bitch. He said, yeah, she was sleeping on my cousin's couch, talking about Tierra. She used to sleep on my cousin's couch, but I thought she was just a hired help. He said that bitch looks good, actually, but, you know, she used to look like Rumpelstiltskin. I was hollering. I don't like that entrance, but you probably going to be funny to me, so I'm just going to see how this shit pans out. Excuse me, guys. Oh, Masika. She made this comment about Hazel. She said, yeah, this bitch was fucking Cat Williams just to get trinkets. I said, that bitch is fucking hilarious. That bitch gets on my fucking nerves, but she lets fucking people have it whenever she comes for anybody. And it's just so quick. That's shade. Anyway, so the next scene, Fizz, Safari, and Booby playing they join up to play basketball. First of all, this is when the Mona faketry bullshit started to come into play, in my opinion. How the fuck does Booby know Fizz and Safari? Like, what circles do y'all possibly run into where y'all are all friends to where you would call him up and be like, hey, yo, bro, come meet me, let's shoot some hoops? Maybe Fizz and Safari, but where does Booby come into that? Bullshit. And actually, how I know that that shit was set up by Mona and them just throwing these dudes in the scene just to create a scene is because Fizz was talking about his about Monice's relationship and how their son is really cool with AD and likes AD and that's all that matters to him. They're all good. And Booby was like, oh yeah, you have a son? Fizz is like, yeah. And he was like, well, how old is he? And Fizz is like 7. And he's like, oh yeah, I got a 7-year-old son too. So I know y'all don't even fucking know each other. Like this is just some shit they didn't just threw y'all in the scene together. Because how the fuck y'all both not know? Like if y'all are really cool, that y'all both got 2 sons that are both 7 years old. Come on now. Anyway, lame ass motherfucking Safari. He's so fucking lame. So lame. Such a fucking waste. Gonna say, oh yeah, I heard Keisha's new song. Is that about you? I ain't trying to start no trouble, but is that about you? He's like, I don't know. But he's like, yeah, because I done had about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 songs written about me. So yeah, that's my thing. Like that's my specialty. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, Booby is pretty much telling them, like, like I really feel bad about the shit that I put Keisha through. I do want to apologize to her just for the sake of our son. And, I just want to be a better dad to my kid and be a better friend to Keisha. Which I can understand that because, there was a bunch of fucking rumors and shit going around about him cheating with strippers and all kind of shit. So at least he's admitting it and he wants to apologize and move forward with Keisha, whether or not they're together. So, yeah, that was pretty much that damn scene. Moving on. Brooke Valentine. She's like sitting on the beach. Beautiful fucking chick. I think she's going to be my favorite as far as beauty this season. Gorgeous. She's absolutely gorgeous. And looks natural. I'm not sure if it all is, but she looks natural. She's sitting on the beach. Beautiful voice, singing... some guys playing the guitar. She's doing like some acoustic shit with her and her boyfriend. Beautiful voice. She's like, oh yeah, y'all, what's up? This is Brooke. Y'all may have bumped my shit back in the day. Talking about girl fight. That was so fucking long ago. But yeah, she's here now. And she's with this guy. His name is Marcus Black. And he's like some type of record executive and producer and shit. Like he said he just got off tour with the game, which is cool. They've been together for about a year. However, when they first met, he was going through a divorce. So then he hit her up and said, she was like, I'm not fucking around with you until the divorce is final. So he called her up and was like, hey, the divorce is final. And then they proceeded with this relationship. So they've been together for a year at this point. They look like they're both in love. Like they look really cute on the beach together. And it seemed genuine. Like she seemed like she was into it and he's definitely into her. So I didn't get fake relationship from that. But I knew that shit was too good to be true at that moment. Like it wasn't just gonna be that. So then we get to fucking Nasal Ease event. Masika, Zell, and Moniece all show up. They got these bags in their hands, and I'm like, what the fuck is in these bags? So I'm not bringing this bitch a gift because y'all don't even like her. And I'm like, why the fuck are y'all even there? That's what I'm thinking. Like, y'all don't even like this bitch. But, hey, it's Masika and Moniece and Zell. Like, they're all messy as fuck. We all know that. So, of course, they're going there to start drama. And then they're going to say, oh, yeah, she invited me. Going to use that as a motherfucking excuse. But that's bullshit. Y'all going there to be shady as fuck, which I'm here for. So, we see them. There's like a picture or whatever of Hazel at the entrance, like a poster. And these shady ass fucks start circling shit with permanent markers on areas that Hazel's face needs, it needs to be touched up. It needs work. I was like, y'all are shady as fuck. So then we get into the party. It's about 40 hired people. Damone and them got together, probably from a Craigslist ad out in LA, where they paid everybody $40 to come out and shoot a scene to be fillers. About 40 people in this fucking women's empowerment event. Safari's punk ass is there talking about he's all for women's empowerment and shit like that. Whatever. Then all of a sudden, Nikki pulls her plastic, big, funky ass up at the event, gets out of the car. Nikki, I see you got your wig together. She took a couple bundles out of that shit because that bitch is notorious for those big wigs. It looked like she got about 6 bundles in it. She took a bundle or 2 out. Looks good, Nikki. However, you still look like a fucking whore. And Moniece even said that shit when she walked into the party. Like, damn, is there ever a time when we see this bitch where she doesn't look like, come fuck me, I'm open for business? Which is true, Nikki. Why the fuck every time we see you look like a fucking whore? Your tits are out, your ass is out. Everything is just so fucking tight. Your face is pulled so fucking tight you can't even make a fucking expression. You have on tons of makeup. You have on all of this hair. Tone it the fuck down. That's why nobody can even take her fucking serious because she just appears clown-like. Anyway, she walks up to Safari. What are you doing here, Safari? Safari said, I'm here for women's empowerment. Safari, you're there because Mona needed you to be there and you needed your scene so you can get your check. That's why you're there. Hazel's ass. All of a sudden we see this helicopter landing and we're giving here we go. Zell's reading, talking about is it an ape? Is it an ape? This bitch gets out the fucking helicopter in a fucking full-length fur coat. Anybody who's been to SoCal, keep in mind I used to live in San Diego last year. I lived there for about 3 years. Every day it's 70 to 80 degrees, hot as fuck all year. There has never been a time where I needed to go to my closet to pull out any of my fur coats. Like, really? But I guess you stunting on hoes. That was your intent, was to arrive at this party and let these bitches have it. Whatever, bitch. You looked fucking ridiculous. It's fucking, and it looked like it was 80 degrees out there, bitch. Anyway, she gets her old ass up on the stage and starts performing some bullshit ass song. And all I remember from it was her weave was fucked up in the back from that jacket or that coat that she had on. Nobody fucking said, hey, let me get you together, sis, before you start performing. So the weave was already, bushed up in the back. And then I noticed she said something like, how you gonna compare me to Johnny Blaze? She's broke as shit. I'm on my Beyonce Lemonade. Or shut your old ass up. You are a stupid ass bitch. What the fuck why are you coming for Johnny Blaze? Maybe there's some kind of shit that went on between them that I don't know, but why? That was a dumbass lyric. And you're nobody's Beyonce. You don't even compare to Beyonce. So then she finished her ratchet performance, and of course Masika and them bought in headphones in those bags. That's what was in the bags that they bought in. Fucking headphones and earmuffs and shit to cover their ears because they knew that performance was going to be tragic to their ears. Which it was. So they take off the earmuffs and Hazel starts trying to, thank everybody for coming out. I want to thank everybody for coming out to this event. Motherfucker Masika said, take a breath, bitch. Because the bitch was out of breath. You're not Beyonce, bitch. Let's get that straight. Then then stupid ass Hazel was like, oh yeah, there's some birds in here. Does anybody have any bread? And the whole crowd started cracking up, laughing and shit. Shut y'all paid asses up. This is bullshit. That shit wasn't even funny. So then she climbs her old ass down. They gotta help her get down the stage because the bitch is so old. And waddles her way over to where Masika and them at. What did you say? And she got the microphone in her hand. What did you say? What did you say? Masika said, bitch, put that motherfucking microphone down, bitch. Put your, you're getting gassed up by this crowd, bitch. Don't get fucked up. Bitch, when I tell you, Masika said, bitch, I'm not here for this shit. And tossed her motherfucking drink. Bitch, shit went out right up in Hazel's face. Bitch, Hazel couldn't even do shit. So, bitch, you're sitting here creating a fucking scene at your women's empowerment event. Like, you didn't have to get your ass off that stage. You didn't have to address those bitches. But that's Hazel trying to, create a scene. And it looks like she's the one that got gathered in that scene. So Masika and them leave, and they bitch laughing on the way out. And Hazel, you sitting there, weave looking fucked up, hair looking fucked up, face wet. Next scene, Brooke and Marcus's mom meet up at the beach, and they're just walking with some kind of little bags. It looked like Damona and them just handed them for the scene. Looked like they had been out shopping at some who fuck? I just be noticing stupid shit like that. Anyway, um, Brooke was like, saying, I'm getting the feeling like he wants to be married and all this, and talking about merging other families and shit like that. And you could tell that Marcus's mom really likes Brooke because she said, I think you guys are great for each other. I think you guys make beautiful music or can make beautiful music together. And but she's like, there's something you need to know. And then the scene cut. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And like, why would his mom be saying or telling her? Like they haven't really, it looked like they don't even really know each other that well for her to be trying to tell her son's business to her. Unless she was trying to break them up or, some shit like that. Moving on, so Tierra arrives at this restaurant to meet up with Hazel E. after, I guess Hazel called Tierra or hit her up saying, hey, I want to meet up with you. So Tierra arrives in her Lyft because, the bitch is banned from Uber. So she arrives at this restaurant in her Lyft, and she's like, I don't really know what's going on. Like, we have this tumultuous relationship. Like, 1 minute the bitch is laying, on my couch, bum ass bitch, old bitch. And keep in mind, Tierra Marie, I just looked this shit up too. Tierra Marie is 29. Hazel, you're almost 40. Why are you fucking with her? Like, this is a little girl to you. Why are you fucking with this bitch? Why are you laying on her couch? And at that time, Tierra was about 24? You're an old bitch in your mid-30s. Why are you laying on this girl's couch? Anyway, you're a bum-ass bitch. That's why. So, Hazel arrives in a fucking rented Maserati, arrives in another fucking fur coat. What the fuck? Give this bullshit up. I don't know what this persona that she's trying to put on. Like, she is that bitch. Who told you that? Anyway, they get in the restaurant and immediately fucking Hazel starts coming for Tierra and shit, talking about, I'm just trying to figure out what's up with you, and you done broke the girl code and all this shit. The whole time I'm looking at Hazel's dry ass wig. Tierra said, you know what, you pickle nose ass bitch. She said, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, this girl code and shit, bitch, when it's so fucking one-sided. Only you, like, this shit only applies to you and works for you. When you want it to work. Fuck you, bitch. Hazel went into this whole thing. Well, I'm living this life. I run this city and this is my city and all this bullshit, and bitch throwing up this Chanel bag and putting this Chanel bag on the table, talking about my $10,000 bag. First of all, bitch, those bags don't cost $10,000. Bitch, and you had the basic black one. Bitch, those are about $2,000 to $3,000 retail, bitch. If you have one that has more embellishments and shit, more limited edition, shit, bitch, then you're spending about $4,000 to $5,000 on that shit. But bitch, that ain't no $10,000 bag. And Tierra called your ass out and said, bitch, you rent every fucking thing, which seems to be true because a bitch that buys Chanel bags on her own, bitch, that's this boss bitch that you're claiming to be, knows that bag don't cost $10,000. Hell, I don't even own one, but I know that they don't cost $10,000. I know what they run. So fuck you, you lying ass, rental ass bitch. Tierra said, you know what? I ain't got time for this shit. She was like, look, I'm fucking out of here. Hazel stands her ass up talking about get into this body and all this bullshit. Bitch, where's your waistline? And bitch, you are an ugly ass, like Tierra said, pickle nose ass bitch. And I don't know where this whole Hollywood persona has come from. She said it's fake. Bitch, you were just sleeping on my motherfucking couch. She said you were a homeless and a destitute. I was like, a homeless and a anyway. But she said the bitch, you were homeless and destitute. Like now all of a sudden you're that bitch? Who told you that? Where did you get this shit from? Anyway, as Tierra is fucking about to walk out the door because she's over her bullshit, Hazel picks up a plate of crabs or crab legs or some shit and throws it at Tierra and hits her in the back. Security immediately rushed Hazel. The security was kind of late. If you pay attention really close, Tierra starts charging, but she kind of stopped. But if you pay attention closely, security didn't really have Tierra. So she could have kept going, but I think she was kind of expecting the security to grab her because that's what they typically do. But she was trying to get at Hazel, and I was like, get the bitch. Because she was grabbing at her, and I was like, bitch, just get her a few strands of that dry ass wig, snatch that motherfucker off, do a old dime piece on her. So, but unfortunately, she was unable to, and she just ended up getting, leaving out the restaurant. Once again, Hazel, you're sitting there looking stupid. You causing a fucking scene in a restaurant, and once again, you got gathered. You're sitting there at the table by yourself. Your wig is all ruffled and shit, and you're looking once again stupid. And this bitch had the nerve to say, yeah, this is why I can't deal with Tia, because she's always starting drama or creating chaos or something. That's why I can't be dealing with her. Bitch, you just started the shit in this motherfucking restaurant. What are you talking about? Tia was there calm and shit, and you came for her. And bitch, you got a drink tossed on you, and you're looking raggedy. So, moving on. Keisha Cole's in the studio listening to some new shit. I guess she's supposed to be releasing. Bitches screaming and trying to once again belt out these notes, sounding crazy. Booby shows up to the studio, and he basically gives her this apology that sounds like he was trying to remember his lines or something, like somebody had wrote it for him the way he was talking. But basically, he was just apologizing for cheating and pretty much saying that he still wants to co-parent with Keisha and be there for her and all this shit. Cool, whatever. Next scene. Hazel and Nikki meet up, and I forgot to mention that Tierra called Hazel, says, bitch, you were trying to look like Nikki, you fake knockoff Nikki. That's what you're trying to look like, but it's not working, bitch. But however, Nikki and Hazel meet up, and they're sitting next to each other, kind of kissing. When I'm like, damn, y'all actually do kind of look like Hazel was looking more plastic-esque, like Nikki. Like that face is just tight. I'm just like, I just look like you just took a pin, like it would pop or just shatter or something, Anyway, they starting to look alike, and I was like, ugh. Anyway, so these two whores are sitting here talking about, yeah, I met up. I was trying to I was trying to let all those bitches have it together, but that broke bitch Tierra didn't show up to my event, so I had to call that bitch one-on-one and let her have it, and all this bullshit. So, and then they start talking about Tierra being drunk or whatever and needing help, and Nikki, you remember her and Tierra and Nikki were like really cool last season. I think they've always been pretty cool. But however, it seemed like the conversation they was having, Nikki is kind of over Tierra. It's like I tried to help her, but yes, she didn't take the help, and she has to want it for herself, which I agree, with that. Something, because that's happened with me and a few friends before, where people, are in certain situations and they don't really. Not saying that they have to take my advice or anything, but like you have to want to be right within yourself first before somebody else can, kind of make you do it. And then eventually you just get tired of that shit and you just be like, all right, let me just kind of distance myself. But I don't think Nikki, hates Tia or anything like that. I still think they're cool. I just think they're she just kind of distanced herself away from Tia, which is understandable. And she wasn't talking bad about Tierra, so I can't really say that she was being fake or anything. So that's that. But then she's like, "Oh, let me introduce you to this boss bitch that I'm hanging out with." In walks this bitch, Alexis Sky. Mona, Alexis Sky, and her beef with Masika are like 3 years old, 2-3 years old. Y'all have to go into the rafters to dig this bitch out to come bring her to the show to try to create a drama with Masika. Anyway, Alexis in her confessional, her intros, yeah, what's up? I'm Masika, I'm Alexis, and I just moved out to LA to be with my man or my new man. No, it's not Fetty, but I'm here to just make a point to Hosika and let her know. Okay, let's rewind a little bit. You just said you moved out to LA to be with your new man, but yet you need to prove a point to Masika. New man, Masika. Masika slept with Fatty and got pregnant with the baby 2-3 years ago. Why are you still on that if you're out in LA for a new man? Why are you so pressed to let Masika have any type of energy of yours? That's just old. You and Fetty ain't even together no more. Why are you worried about that? That's that Mona Love and Hip Hop storyline bullshit that I don't like. But anyway, she's oh, let me see what the fuck. She kept calling her Hosika and shit like that, and basically the extent of their relationship with Fetty, like she was with Fetty, he went out to LA for some kind of concert or something, ended up sleeping with Masika, and then she ended up getting pregnant. So I don't give a fuck about that. Nobody else should. She shouldn't even give a fuck about that. But dumbass Hazel made this comment, and I don't know if y'all caught this, but she said something like, um, "Yeah, Masika done slept with all of our men, but yeah, she done had the baby by Alexis, by Fatty, and won't shut up about that shit." First of all, y'all the ones sitting here talking about this shit. Masika ain't saying shit about it. And second of all, what do you mean all of your men slept with all of your men? Berg was never your man, bitch. That was the fucking problem season one with your ass. He kept telling your ass, look, we are not together. But your delusional ass kept saying that he was your man. So I was like, shut your stupid ass up, bitch. That's not even, never was your man, bitch. And you just played yourself season one. And that's when I stopped liking that bitch. Because I'm like, you're sitting here looking so fucking stupid. Shut the fuck up. And then you gonna say that she slept with your man. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. So then we get to this scene with Brooke. Y'all, I'm gonna hurry this shit up. I feel like I'm talking too much. Brooke, basically, Brooke's at home. She has on like some kind of little sexy maid outfit. She pulls this rotisserie chicken out the oven on this plate that they fucking picked up from Costco. And I guess she was supposed to look like she had made this rotisserie chicken, which I don't see no rotisserie in that kitchen at all. That's the shit I noticed. But anyway, Marcus comes in and he's like, oh yeah, you know what's going on? Like, you looking good. What do I do to deserve this and shit? So she pours a glass of wine for them and they make a toast. He's like, yeah, toasting to us. And she's like, yeah, we're toasting to your wife. He's sitting there looking like, huh? She's like, yeah, you're still married. And he was like, well, that was 2 years ago. I was like, oh, you stupid ass. So the first thing she said, oh, so it's true. Like, you basically just admitted that shit by saying that dumbass comment. So he's sitting there looking dumb, talking about, yeah, the divorce was never final. You know, basically he lied about the shit when he had called her and told her the divorce was final because he didn't want to miss out on his chance to be with Brooke. So then Brooke, excuse me, and he says that he has a paralegal now that's going to be working on helping him get a divorce. And I'm like, oh, now all of a sudden today you have a paralegal that's going to be helping you through this divorce. Get the fuck out of here. That's fake as fuck. All of a sudden you got a paralegal. Why do you have a paralegal to help you? Why not a lawyer? That was a little strange to me. And then he said some shit, talk about, yeah, every time he tried to sign the divorce papers, there was some type of distraction that popped up. What distraction? Sign the fucking papers if you really want to be with Brooke. And then he like gets up and tries to come like console her. She's like, no, don't come over here. No. I'm like, this is some fake ass bullshit, tragic ass acting. Get the fuck out of here, y'all. So then let me speed this shit up. So then next thing, karaoke night. Moniece, Zell, and Masika and AD. I guess they normally go out to karaoke or whatever. Well, Masika and Moniece usually go out to karaoke every week or whatever to a certain place. So Hazel and them decide to show up and bring Alexis Scott because she's supposed to be confronting Masika, but Masika unfortunately was not there, and because she was booked and busy at the studio recording this music that we've never heard from anybody. Anyway, Hazel and Nikki immediately starts coming for Zell, and I'm like, okay, y'all better leave this bitch alone. Like, he will let you have it, whether you're a female or not. So, Hazel starts saying some shit about what he had on at her event, and he was like, well, what did you have on? She was like, designer something. He said, designer what? And then Nikki's like, oh yeah, he said that I look cheap. And he was like, no, I didn't say you were cheap. I said you look cheapish. Which she did. And then they shady as fuck. They showed what she got on. This bitch got on some kind of unitard or whatever with some fashion over Instagram boutique bullshit. How she always fucking dress ass out and all this some cheap shit. So I was like, that shit was funny. Then Alexis is like, oh yeah, where's Hosika? And he's like, who? And she's like, yeah, Hosika. Because I'm looking for her pretty much. And he's like, oh, this bitch is booked and busy. What you want with her pretty much? Like, why are you... Next thing I know, they kind of get into it. Next thing I know, this bitch throws her bag at Zell and knocks over a drink. And of course, I mean, he had a drink in his hand. He's, bitch! And I'm like, I can't even blame him in that aspect, because male or female, like, don't throw shit at me. I don't give a fuck who you are. And if you throw some shit and damn near hit me in the face with it, like, anything that I have in my hand, I'm more than likely going to try to make contact with you with it. You know what I mean? I'm going to try to throw that shit at you. So, yeah, I didn't think that was wrong or whatever. But, like, her whole thing is like, and this bitch kept saying, will you let Masika know that I'm in California or I'm in LA and I'm here to stay? Okay, bitch. Once again, you're pressed for Masika. Masika's at the studio, allegedly, but she's not even there, so you're starting fights with somebody who you just met because you're trying to prove what point to Masika? You look stupid, bitch. Go back to Atlanta or wherever the fuck you're from. So that was that shit. Anyway, like I said, it was so many fucking people this episode, I didn't even fucking know. Like, I had to watch this shit twice just to get my notes and shit together. Now I'm getting a sore throat because I feel like I'm talking too much. But anyway, yeah, we haven't even got through half the damn cast. Like, there was no Ray and Princess. There was no Lyrica and her wife. Or, that was shady. Lyrica and her husband. We didn't even see them. Kyle from College Hill, I guess he's supposed to be on here. We didn't see him. Like, so it's all these other people that are supposed to be coming in to, I guess, fuck up these little relationships that we got introduced to tonight. So we'll see how this fucking season goes. But hopefully it continues on the momentum that we got from this episode, and I will see you guys next week. But before I go ahead and like the video, subscribe to my channel, because it just looks like it's going to get crazy, and I'm trying to grow the channel with my reviews and shit. So go ahead and subscribe, like the video, and also comment. Like, I want to get some shit popping in the comments. I want to see what everybody's feeling. Let me know what you think of the video, and also check out my other reviews. Let me know what you think. See you guys next week. Bye.